Hey guys, my name is David and this is Caroline, and we're here to tell the truth about sugar. Look at this. Would you consume this on a daily basis or as breakfast? No? Well, did you know that most of you consume this on a daily basis? This is approximately 85 grams. That's how much you consume, and you don't even know it. You don't believe me? Well, Caroline, let's show them. Let's start with the cereal.
Okay, it's a typical cereal box. And not too bad. 9 grams of sugar.
Doesn't sound too bad. 9
Right.
grams, right? No, we can take it, right?
Right. However, if you look at the nutrition facts, the serving size, it says 1 cup and there are 15 cups. So the actual total content of sugar is 126 grams.
126 grams of sugar. I mean,
Amazing.
this is a lot of sugar, people. And to get a better understanding how much sugar there is in certain products, we have a few samples for you guys here. Let's say a Coke. Everybody drinks a Coke, right? It's 20 ounces, not much. Psh. Yeah, but did you know that in just this little bottle, there is 65 grams of sugar? So you can actually visualize it and see it. Look, this, how much sugar is in this Coke. Look at this. It's actually amazing. It's almost like 50% of it. That's how much sugar is just in one bottle. You drink it like that, boom, and you don't even know it. You consumed it. Let's look at this. Turkey with beans. 6 grams of sugar per serving size.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is actually blowing my mind because this is meat. There shouldn't be no sugar in there. I mean, who needs sweet meat with vegetables or beans? I mean, see, that's why I'm so anti-processed food, because they're all loaded with sugar. And I challenge you, go to any supermarket. I challenge you, try to find something without sugar. As a matter of fact, when it says low fat, the sugar goes up. When it says more fat, the sugar goes down. Now, which one's better? Well, I think you know the answer. More fat is better.
Yes.
Why? Because fat doesn't spike the insulin, and the body needs fat to burn fat. Sugar just blocks it. It activates insulin, stores fat, stops the fat burning process, and on and on. But that's a whole different story. I don't want to get into it today. I want to focus on the products. So here, spaghetti sauce. I mean, that's what you give your kids almost 3-4 times a week, right?
I used to, until I began to really read the labels and see what I was feeding my children. It's loaded with sugar.
I mean, let's look at it. I mean, if you look at the label, 12 grams of sugar, right? Again, it doesn't sound as bad. Yes, true. People read the label. Serving size. This is half a cup. Half a cup. That's nothing. That's 12 grams in half a cup. I mean, that's crazy. And if you add it up, the whole bottle, you have 66 grams of sugar. Yes, this is how much sugar is in that. I mean, look at this. This is actually, again, it blows my mind.
Boggles the mind.
When you actually see it, I mean, look how much sugar is. It's just one container in one bottle. And that's what we consume every day. And we give this to our kids.
Yes.
And, I mean, if an average American consumes about approximately 170, 180 pounds of sugar, I mean, that has some consequences. There is major side effects. So why don't you mention some of the side effects? So, I mean, what's happening if people consume that much sugar a year?
Well, obviously, some of the most obvious conditions that we see in America, in the Western world, is obesity, childhood obesity especially, because we keep feeding our children cereals, processed food, you name it. So that's one of the more obvious conditions. Then another thing that sugar does, Dave, it's highly addictive. It causes insulin resistance and diabetes. It accelerates aging. It interferes with the immunity. and it leads to cancer and hypertension. And there's also a rise in hyperactivity in children because of the consumption of sugar.
And also the mood swings, yeah, sugar has. It's I want to briefly mention, and please, if you have, time, take that time and watch this documentary. It's called The Sugar Film. This guy did an experiment on himself. What happened was, he was a healthy guy who ate 2,300 calories a day, normal, and his body fat was normal, everything was normal, he had no fatty liver, he was a healthy individual. And after 60 days, he was consuming 60 grams a day. That's actually a little less than an average American consumes. Now imagine, so it's even worse here. So he was consuming that for 60 days. So what happened was he gained 8% on body fat and 15 pounds in only 60 days. But the calories did not change. He ate 2,300 calories before and after. Now what does that mean? That means that calories is not calories. Sugar calories is different. Sugar raises your insulin. Sugar blocks the fat burning process. Sugar is empty. It has zero nutritional value. There's nothing the body can use with sugar. Nothing. All it does is it gets you all these diseases, fatty liver, and eventually, if you keep going like that, you're down the road to get diabetes or, like she said, cancer or anything.
Hypertension.
And so really, if you have the chance, watch this movie. It's mind-blowing. You see all the scientific facts behind what's happening when you eat sugar every single day. And what else is important?
I wanted to highlight the 61 names that fall under the sugar category. So for us moms, when we go to the grocery store, a lot of times we think that we are buying healthy food for ourselves and our children, but there are hidden names for sugar. So I wanted to pinpoint some of the most popular names and some of the names that we're not sure whether they're sugar or not. So some of the most popular names are agave nectar or honey or cane sugar. And then we have, of course, our high fructose corn syrup, our dextrin, rice syrup, coconut sugar, that is a popular one nowadays, and sucrose, and many others. But there's 61 names for sugar. So when we go to the store, I think it's important to emphasize that as mothers and as parents, or anybody really, that you take the time to look at the labels, take a look at what you're actually putting into your body, and have patience with the process of reading the labels and see what you're consuming, because I think it's important, Dave.
That's very important. And the reason why we have 61 hidden undercover names for sugar is because companies know the truth. Now they don't give a anything about your health or well-being. They just want to make profit. How do you make profit? Well, before I get to the point, I want to ask you a question. Do you know the difference between alcohol, sugar, and cocaine? Do you know it?
No.
No. Well, the difference is, believe it or not, there's no difference. And what it means is, the way the body is processing sugar, alcohol, or cocaine, especially in the liver, is the same thing. It's very harmful. The way the liver is processing sugar is just as harmful as cocaine and alcohol. But the only difference is we accept it because we get bombarded and we get programmed by commercials on TV, and they're telling us that sugar is so healthy and it's good for your kids, and let's face it, we don't even have a choice. Unless you cook yourself and make everything yourself. But a lot of people, they're busy, it is.
Yes.
We have a job, we're working from like 8 to 5, then we have kids, and
Right.
we're lazy to cook something, we just give them something like that, boom, and loaded with sugar.
Right.
This is a real issue these days, and we thought we want to emphasize the issue here by educating you with what's really going on, because a lot of people, like I said, you don't really see or realize how much sugar you consume because it's all hidden. It has hidden names, it's hidden in all the products, and we don't even know it. So, I mean, is there anything else you would like to say?
Again, let's educate ourselves. Let's look at grocery shopping in a whole new different way. When we go shopping, let's take our time. Let's be patient with the process of looking at labels and knowing what some of these words mean, and taking into consideration, like Dave said, what the serving size really means, because we can look at the label and say, well, this only has 9 grams of sugar, but it's only for a cup. So you have to do a little math, a little investigation, and see what you're really putting into our body, because it starts when we're young. And as parents or just as single people, individuals, we need to be mindful of what we put into our bodies. And I think that we have to look at, okay, I'll be patient now and go with the process, as opposed to, okay, I just want to eat whatever and then not have to worry about, doing too much. We have to be more mindful about what we are consuming.
Yeah, and there's not much I can add to this. I mean, we can talk about this for hours, of course, but we just wanted to show you guys how easy it is to consume that much sugar, without even knowing, and that happens on a daily basis. And yeah, I mean, I hope this video helped you guys, and I hope next time you go to a store, you look at the label, do your math, read the label, especially if it's for your kids. And please make sure to make the right decision, because, like I said, sugar is the cause of every disease, and it's getting worse. And look, the way we can stop it is starting with you.